tier lists have been a very controversial thing in the fighting game community. Why? It's all subjective and situational. However, it does reveal some truth to it, like risk versus reward, best tools in the game, and how certain characters deal with most matchups. So today, we're going to be talking about the best and top tier characters in Mortal Kombat 11. This list will be based on how some of the pro players decided to place them on their tier list. What is going on, guys? My name is Maddog Games, but before we start, a quick word from our today's sponsor. Weplay Esports is announcing their Season 1 of the Ultimate Fighting League. The recent tournament that they have done is the Weplay Dragon Temple, where they had an amazing and beautiful looking tournament like this. The prize pool for this tournament is $150,000. Games covered will be Tekken 7, Soul Calibur 6, and Mortal Kombat 11. All of this will take place between March 25th and April 11, 2021. On the Mortal Kombat side, you'll see many known commentators like Aquaman, HBTW, Ketchup, and much more. On the pro side, those who are competing are Foxy Grandpa, Gur, Tekken Master, Dragon, Sonic Fox, and much more. I would highly recommend watching this event. This match will be intense. And you don't know, you might pick something up and learn some new tricks with your characters. There is a link in the description or pinned comment to check out more information about this upcoming tournament. If you check out the link, you can also win a PS5. All you have to do is tune in on Twitch, watch out for the code they give you, and it's that easy. And with that being said, let us get started. The first character on this list is Fujin. I'm honestly surprised that Fujin has been placed within the top 5. Coming from launch, many found him difficult and therefore was placed at the bottom of the tier list. But throughout time, and with the new custom variations enabled, he quickly rose up on the charts. So let us find out what changed and made him so good. Fujin overall does very well in a couple of important areas, that including the mobility that he gains from Skywalker and pressure from Amplified Warp Needle. Although he does not have the biggest damage, he makes most of it up with his long range tools, fast mobility, and his ability to cancel and hit confirm to any string. Let us start off with one of his key moves that makes his playstyle viable, Warp Needle, an ability that lets Fujin finally stay safe at a distance while dealing some good chip damage. Amplifying it is safe on block at -1. Combined with Howling Winds, it lets Fujin pressure while being at a relatively safe distance. The opponent will have to be aware if you're going to amplify it or not. The mind games can be very strong here. Some examples of that being used at the tournament level are here. But the most important ability that I think makes Fujin so strong is that he can cancel his moves into any string of his. This makes his mix-ups and hit confirm options endless, resulting in an unpredictable playstyle while also creating new opportunities for him. For example, a strong tool like Arsenal, which now allows Fujin to do air tornado combos. This is the most vital part to his game plan, because with your Bending Wind, a long range normal that he can cancel into Amplified Skywalker, it helps Fujin opening new combos for him. These cancels are very hard for me to do, so I'll show you some clips on the types of hit confirm strings from pro tournaments. Another strong thing about Fujin is that he can easily wave dash, an ability that lets him move around quickly while blocking and playing defensively. He is one of the only characters other than Rain that goes well with his walk speed. This tool is beneficial towards Fujin so he can move around, bait the opponent, and move to his preferred range. You will see a lot of the pros moving a lot when using Fujin, and then trying to find openings in whiff punishing. Fujin is a character that will take time to master, but once you understand what his game plan is evolved in, he can be a strong pick under the right hands. Next on the list is Joker, the strongest DLC that has ever come out in Mortal Kombat 11. And there's plenty of reasons why. Some are because he is broken, literally. And I don't mean the OP kind, I mean the broken hitboxes and low profiling that puts Joker at an advantage on some matchups. But overall, Joker is very strong in all areas of the stage, has a fast mid attack to rely on, long range normals, and the mix up to start his game plan. What makes him very unique than other characters on this list is that he offers a variety of playstyles that adds to his already strong basic move list. You can decide to play as a trapper, zoner, or go for longer, more damaging combos. Let us start off with the basic tool that makes his playstyle viable, Cloud Prince, an 11 frame mid attack that is great for starting Joker's pressure game. It has good range and is safe on block at -7. From here you can decide to end it up with Bird Boy Beatdown, and an overhead that is unsafe on block at -27. But a great tool to have since it does have a practical crushing blow tied to it. Or you can end the string with Have a Laugh, which ends with a low attack that is safe on block at -6. You can condition your opponent by doing the low and then mixing them up with the overhead. He also excels in the neutral area because of his far-reaching pokes and attacks, like the Joker Poker, Big Finish, and all are his long-range normals. Another thing that complements his long-range tools is that some of his attacks naturally has a lot of pushback. Harlequin of the Hate ends up pushing the opponent very far back to reset neutral. Very difficult to punish for most characters on the roster because of where it places you. I mean, look how far. If you try to punish it, he can get really creative in trying to mix that up. His CDEGEC also has a lot of pushback, and is safe on block at -2. Very difficult to punish because he can delay it. I sometimes don't understand how he is one of the only characters with so many safe options. And then, we haven't gone over the variations he has that adds to his strong basic move list. He has Batsy Pew Pew for zoning and can be hard to counter because this also pushes the opponent so far. Then Jacqui in the Box does trap your opponent and really changes the momentum to his favor. And then, lastly, Kapow, that allows him to juggle the opponent longer for more damaging combos. Joker is just loaded in every category and tools, which makes it kinda unfair in my opinion. Next on the list is Liu Kang. Being a chosen one, it makes sense that he's within the top 3. Not only he was designed to be the easiest character in the game, but has the strongest and most effective move list. Liu Kang does very well fighting at all areas of the stage, whether that is close or far range combat. He's equipped with many quick attacks, including one of the fastest mids in the game. Then also have a good overall damage because he is gifted with so many crushing blows to devastate the opponent with. Let us start off with one of the key moves that makes his playstyle viable, Lotus Strikes. An 11-frame mid attack that is great for starting Liu Kang's pressure game. Combined with Shaolin Warrior or Chinese Warrior, it lets Liu Kang have the mind games to continue. Dark Orders, which includes the 9-frame mid attack that I mentioned earlier, is safe on block at -6. Now let's say you decide to challenge him and try to squeeze your turn in between his attacks. Good luck because he does have Dragon Parry, an ability to counter you. This has a crushing blow if he catches you waking up, making it challenging to fully play offensive. This allows him to steal his turn back against most characters on the roster. Just from these basic tools alone is what makes him so strong. Let's take a look at how well at a tournament level Liu Kang pressure game can be. Another strong tool he has is his Dragon Kick, which is fast and allows him to punish a lot of the things that most characters normally won't be able to do at full screen. Low Fireball is best used full screen because of the low angle that can be difficult to avoid. Combined with this high force ball, this can chip you out if you don't be careful. And lastly, check out how many crushing blow Liu Kang has. I think he's one of the only characters to also have this much crushing blows. Some characters don't even have one reliable one, so he is very much blessed. The next character on this list is Jacqui, a character that I think is a league of her own when it comes to the type of pressure she can put out. So what makes her so strong even though not a lot of people use her? To sum it up, 3 things that makes her very strong are mobility, plus frames, and plenty of mids. In MK11, those who have a lot of fast mids tend to be very strong because they can reinforce a lot of the pressure at any given time, while also not having to worry about getting uppercutted or countered, at least to my experience. Let us start off with one of her key moves that makes her playstyle viable, Biotic Bounce, an ability that lets Jacqui jump around quickly and close the gap in a fight. It works best when using Enhanced Air Blast because it now allows her to pressure the opponent in the middle of her jump. These two abilities together is what makes her very strong right now. Keep in mind that this move has no cooldown, so she can keep the pressure going and going forever. Here we can see at a tournament level that even the top players struggle fighting against this type of pressure sometimes. The amount of pressure can get really crazy. Another strong special move to equip with her is Grenade Launcher, which finally gives her a projectile. But this one is special as it goes over the floor and on your opponent that deals damage over time. So no matter whether you hit or not, combined with your pressure game, she can delete your health just from you blocking. Lastly, like I mentioned earlier, she has plenty of mids that are pretty strong, like her Step Kick, a 9-frame mid attack that is one of the fastest in the game. This is -2 on block and can also be used to pressure, stagger, and hit confirm with. Then we have United We Fall, Energy Overdrive, Going Ballistic, Shrapnel Blast, Grease Kick, and many more. Some characters on the roster don't have any good mid attacks, which is important in a game like Mortal Kombat 11, which is why she is one of the strongest characters right now. Before we get into our number 1, I do want to mention other characters that are within the top 10. The final character on this list is Cetrion, a character that has always been considered one of the strongest characters since the beginning, and with custom variation now allowed, it is no wonder she remains at top of everyone's tier list. Let us go over the reasons why. Cetrion does very well at far range because of the many types of projectiles she has, but also has the staggers and pressure to deal with everyone up close. She might not have the biggest damaging combos, but her projectiles, frame traps, plus frames, and crushing blow makes up most of her damage potential. Let us start off with one of her key moves that makes her playstyle viable. Cetrion's H2 port is one of the fastest teleports in the game because it allows her to quickly be in front, behind, or be completely away from the opponent. This allows Cetrion to reset her spacing and forces her opponent to chase after her again. We have no option but to take the many things that Cetrion will be throwing at you. The next move that makes this character very strong is Deadly Winds, a tornado that helps you reset neutral. This has a lot of pushback, making it safe between -3 or -5 on block, and that is depending on which string you do before. Amplifying it makes it +1 on block. This is the move that makes it very scary up close. To demonstrate how well this move alone is, let us have one of the best Cetrion players today show you. Notice here that Cetrion can keep the momentum going, and if it lands, it also restands the opponent so that you can continue for more and endless pressure. Pretty strong if you ask me. A similar move is her Natural Barrier, a great stagger tool that can be done in the middle of your combo. On hit, it gives you 15 frames of hit advantage. Then you can use your mid, Turning Wave, which starts up at 14 frames, essentially frame trapping your opponent. This is why she is scary up close. Many options for her to use. Lastly, Cetrion has many types of projectile variety to harass the opponent with, and keep them away. Attacks like Hell's Wrath, a move that covers a large part of the screen, Bouncing Boulder and Boulder Bash, which Cetrion throws a large projectile across the screen, Earthquake that tracks the opponent on the screen, and then Tender and Pull also tracks and pulls them down on the ground. Combine all of these and her teleport, it makes her a very difficult character to approach. I think the reason why she's hard to fight against is because practically all her tools have a lot of pushback and making her safe. And that, my friend, is why she's one of the best characters in Mortal Kombat 11. I want to thank our sponsor today for reaching out and helping me out. It is not easy making Mortal Kombat 11 content. Remember to check out the link in the description. You will also find my link to my Discord as well. This is Mad Dog Games. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thanks for helping this channel reach to 42,000 subscribers. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time.